Hello everyone, welcome to the IAS Mentor Ancient History series. We are about to finish the last topic of Vedic period. In this video, let us see what are the developments with respect to science and technology during Vedic period. If we see again as usual, you have to see early Vedic, later Vedic. That's what we are continuously seeing. Early Vedic people like here and later Vedic people here. Nomadic, semi-nomadic and people used to move from one place to the other place. Sometimes settlement, sometimes movement. Here, mostly settled people. So naturally, science and technology also going to be more advanced in this. So this is science and technology beginning phase, and this is more advanced one. And with respect to the dimensions of science and technology, like we have mathematics, physics, chemistry, medicine, likewise. So these are the things which we need to analyze. First, let us see mathematics. Surrounding this only, we will try to analyze. For example, if you go to mathematics, what is the progress of mathematics during this time period? We are calling it is mathematics. We don't know what is the term they were using, but there is one term called Ganit. Likewise, certain Sanskrit terms are going to emerge over a period of time. So mathematics is an English term, but the concepts that are in mathematics, we have to see whether they are there in Vedic period or not. For example, when it comes to mathematics, like geometric measurement, counting, like digits 1, 2, 3, counting, geometric measurement are some of the fundamental elements of mathematics. When it comes to early Vedic time period, like fire altar creation, they require proper measurement. Otherwise, how they can create one fire altar for when it comes to rituals? And same goes to here also. In early Vedic also, later Vedic period also, they were creating fire altars. For that, they need mathematics. And when it comes to mathematics in later Vedic time period, it became even more complex. That's why in future, what is going to be called as Vedic mathematics. So more advanced concepts, they are going to emerge. From this knowledge, in the coming future, like Mahajanapada, Mauryan, post-Mauryan, and so on, they are going to trace to the knowledge that developed in later Vedic time period. Separate sutra literature also emerged in post-Mauryan time period, but that is the origin of sutra literature. Sutra literature goes back to Vedic knowledge, particularly later Vedic knowledge. Sutra literature. One of the sutras of this Shulabha Sutra. Shulabha Sutra. For example, whatever the theorem like a trigonometry, Pythagoras theorem, the concept of Pythagoras theorem was mentioned in Shulabha Sutras. But that Shulabha Sutra is not going to emerge out of vacuum in post-Vedic time period or Mahajanapada time period onwards. They are going to trace the origin to Vedic mathematics. So it's a continuous process. Because we do not know exactly which person in which area this developed, that kind of information we don't have. That's why we have to trace the developments of science and technology in this manner. With respect to mathematics like this, so digits and geometric related knowledge emerged in early Vedic also, but more development has taken place in later Vedic period. Now, when it comes to chemistry, chemistry means what? Art of mixing colors, mixing materials. When it comes to early Vedic time period, they had something called ayas. What is ayas? Ayas means they were using copper, bronze. These are the metals. By the time they come to later Vedic time period, they are going to use something called Shama ayas. Shama ayas refers to iron. Shama ayas. So that means they had the knowledge of chemistry, art of mixing metals, art of creating a new kind of tools from the metals. It's related to chemistry. Today we are calling it as chemistry, but the knowledge that constitutes chemistry, they were following at that point of time. So copper, bronze, they were using this metal for even to create the ornaments during wars and battles time period. They need coat of mail to protect the soldier from the wars and battles. That was prepared from copper and bronze material. And when it comes to later Vedic time period, iron tools were prepared, iron plow was also emerged. That was called Shamayas in Vedic text. That means they had the knowledge of chemistry. Now, next one, if you go to painting also, for example, painting means art of mixing colors, painted graveware. This is also painted graveware. Here also painted graveware. So that means art of mixing colors, painting. They had the knowledge of chemistry. This is one element. Next one, physics. What is the physics related information means? Physics related to temperature. Temperature. Again, related to fire altar and fire altar, the amount of temperature that is required during rituals, sacrifices, they had that knowledge. Temperature, fire. They might have worshipped fire as a god, but the knowledge that is going to be called as temperature related physics element, that knowledge is there during that time period. Next one, astronomy. What about astronomy? Astronomy means related to stars, planets and the space, and they had different type of understanding about the universe, that is Rita. Rita is considered as the cosmic order. So cosmic order means when they look at the sky and they are going to understand there is something out there beyond this air, they considered that as cosmic order. Varuna is considered, the god Varuna god is considered as the upholder of Rita or cosmic order. Then this is during this time period, Rita, Varuna. By the time here it comes, more deep knowledge emerged in this field, like they call like nakshatras. And even today also we call, when we look at the sky, if there are 7 stars in an alignment, that came to be known as a Saptarishi constellation. Saptarishi constellation, 7 sages constellation. So that is a kind of just a meaning to indicate that those stars were associated with 7 great sages that were contributing to the Vedic knowledge. So they might have different kind of interpretation of what is there and store in the stars and planets, but definitely the knowledge which is going to be part of astronomy, that is star, planet, universe and so on, they were also having, they also contributed for that particular knowledge as well. They had an understanding like a Rita, cosmic order, and when it comes to the Upanishadic thought, they were thinking like Brahman, Atman, that are concepts related to the space and universe. But whatever we are doing now, it is completely different. But the idea of space, idea of astronomy, in later future time period, what is going to be called as Jyotishya Shastra, they also trace to the Vedic period. Jyotish Shastra, astrology or astronomy, that is astrology, it is going to be very popular in future time period. They are going to trace to the Vedic knowledge. So likewise, physics, chemistry, mathematics, it's going to be. When it comes to medicine, what is the information related to medicine? When it comes to medicine, they were having, for example, here in chemistry, you can also include Soma plant, creating a kind of intoxication drink. That is a kind of chemical reaction, mixing of plants and water. With respect to medicine also, the same can be treated. That means when they were using the plant knowledge and mixing knowledge for making Soma drink, means they also had knowledge about making medicine from these plants in early Vedic time period. And in later Vedic time period, what is going to be called as Ayurveda is also going to emerge in later Vedic time period. So this is the location of early Vedic and later Vedic is this one. In later Vedic, 4 Vedas are going to emerge: Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda. Rig Veda emerged from here. Rig Veda also contains elements of Ayurveda. But in later Vedic time period, what is going to be called Atharvaveda? Atharvaveda, what is the importance? What is the content of Ayurveda? Means what? Magic, spells to ward off evils and diseases. 4 different Upavedas also emerged over a period of time. Like with respect to Rig Veda, Dhanurveda. Samaveda means Gandharva Veda. Then Yajurveda means Shilpa Veda. Here you can use in the mathematics Shilpa Veda. Shilpa Veda. This is going to be Upaveda of Atharva Veda. Yajurveda. Yajurveda Upaveda is Shilpa Veda. This knowledge is about how to construct fire altars. Construction related information comes. Similarly, with respect to medicine, Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda, Upaveda is Ayurveda. Getting this now? Different knowledge is emerging. Mathematics, geometric related, one the construction of fire altars. Chemistry, mixing of metals. Painting, soma drink creation, chemistry. Physics related, temperature related information, fire altar related. Astronomy, dharma, rita, cosmic order, that they are going to visualize. Nakshatra, 7 rishis. Even in today also, constellation of 7 stars is considered as Saptarishi constellation. That is the origin of early Vedic to later Vedic is the origin of that kind of knowledge. When it comes to medicine, Ayurveda, in Rigvedic period itself that origin goes. By the time period of later Vedic time period, Atharva Veda is going to have Upaveda called Ayurveda. In this way, different type of knowledges, what is today we call mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology or medicine, astronomy, that information, that knowledge was there during Vedic time period. That knowledge is going to be foundation for the future generation from Mahajanapada time period onwards. Sages and the scholars, Brahmanas and other scholars, whoever going to work on these Vedas, they are going to build on top of this knowledge. That is why in ancient times, some of the greatest scientists emerged from the Indian soil. One greatest example is Aryabhatta, who is, we don't know exactly who invented zero, but generally zero invention also attributed to Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta, Varahamihira, Bhaskaracharya, these are all the people who are going to contribute for mathematics, astronomy, and when it comes to medicine, like Patanjali, Charak, Sushruta, these are all the people, but their root knowledge goes to Vedic period only. Therefore, whatever is going to be great inventions, great scholars who are going to emerge in future time period, they are going to take the root knowledge from Vedic period. Therefore, all these elements had root knowledge in Vedic period itself. So this is how the development of science and technology. When it comes to technology, technology means the kind of monuments, art and culture that we have seen in the previous video, that with this science and technology, what kind of monuments they created, what kind of artistic expression they created, that we have seen in the art and culture. So this is what science and technology of Vedic people or Vedic period. With respect to prelims and mains, you will get questions both from Vedic as well as later Rigvedic as well as later Vedic period. When it comes to mains exam also, they are specifically asking like explain social religious condition of early Vedic and how it is changing. Similarly, when it comes to science and tech, they may ask broadly, because it is a combination of both Rigvedic as well as later Vedic time period. Question can be explain science and technology of Vedic people. But up to here, they may ask like explain various dimensions in early Vedic and how it changed to later Vedic. With this, we have completed all the chapters. This we started, we have completed. Second, we have completed. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, everything we have completed. So please follow all the videos. Then once you watch these videos, then you are going to get very good clarity about Vedic period. Then this information is going to be foundation for our next chapter, that is Mahajanapadas, that we will start in the coming videos. Thank you very much.